Welcome to Patanjali Yoga Meditation. Today we are discussing an interesting analogy as if the objective in meditation is in the worldly sense. If I were to meet a head of the state where I live in, so say if somebody is in America, White House, and he gets a invitation from the president, I think that's quite an achievement. So let's look at it how the eight limbs of Ashtanga Yoga correlate with such a meeting. So first, two limbs are yam and niyam. Yam is, how do we interact with others without hurting anybody. And niyam is the things I do for my personal self-development. So in our this practice-based course, we said that they are more like related to our lifestyle. So our counting began from asana. That's why we have 6 steps out of total 8 limbs. But let's look at this in this context. The person, say you are the person, then some personal accomplishments definitely are there. That comes under niyam, while maintaining high ground of ethics and morality. That comes under yam. So you have something special. That's why you receive an invitation from the president. And the letter indicates some date and time. So obviously, you take a flight and you reach Washington, D.C., say one night before, and stay in a comfortable hotel. And next morning, let's see the mechanics of this particular meeting and what we can learn in our Patanjali Yoga meditation practice. So you occupy the driver's seat of the car you have entered, which is corresponding to asana. You are unwavering and comfortable body posture. Now pranayam is deep breathing. This is something related to our background functions and non-voluntary functions, but they are very important. So probably you take a look at the dashboard, particularly the fuel gauge, and maybe you have checked the tires are good, everything is okay, so that this local drive is ends properly. And then comes the pratyahar. Now, as you are driving towards White House, you disconnect from all other paths, all other roads. So maybe you wanted to buy something, a gift for your daughter, for your son, but then you say, I will do that later. I want to be focused and reach White House much before time so that there is nothing wrong in this particular meeting. So you set the destination on the GPS. So Pratyaha is like withdrawing from all other things so that I am focused on one thing. So that is what GPS does it. It kind of tells you that you are not concerned with the other highways, other roads. You just want to follow the right path to reach White House, is it not? So that's something like GPS takes care of it. Once you are there, you have dharana, you that corresponds to concentration. And in our practice, we say, let's mentally be occupied with this sound Om. So on arrival there, you present your ID and invitation letter. You are escorted to an ante room where you are asked to be seated and wait. So, now you are very close to the president, but not in that particular room, not in Oval Office, but a room, adjoining room, and you are asked to wait until the final door opens. So you are here now, having reached there, now you are in dhyan. That we say is meditation, uniformity of the mental recitation Now there is no interruption by any other thought. And obviously, you can imagine your mental state. You are next to the patient's office room, and you are just so much immersed or submerged in that. Once the door opens, how will I walk in? What is going to be my first words? Or how will I greet him? And what am I going to say to him? Or you are just lost into those things. Nothing else come into your mind except how your interaction with the president. So no other thought gets across your mind. That is our dhyan, meditation. And in this sense, we can say this is what is mindfulness, so to say. My mind is filled with one and only one thing, that I will be with him in few moments later. And then, of course, the door opens finally, and now you are with him or her, whoever he or she is. And then there is one to one, very personal interaction, and whatever you wanted to convey or you wanted to listen. This is the final objective of the meeting. Of course, you know it. Uh, you know, the real Patanjali Yoga meditation is the word yoga is union, union of your own self with that supreme consciousness. And that is what is the ultimate objective of Patanjali Yoga. And there we have to understand no analogy will fit well, because in all your meetings with anybody, with anything, in this final step, your mind is there, your mind is involved, your mind is very much participating. But in real Patanjali Yoga, if this is mindfulness, this has to be mindlessness, so to say. Now I am disconnect from mind, and that is indescribable, That's what we say, that once you are disconnect from your mind, you are somewhere. It is not pure nothingness. Something is there, but we cannot describe something which is not in the purview of our mind. So that's what it is. So any analogy will kind of back up, it will not do justice to what we are saying is Patanjali Yoga meditation. But we always rely on one such mechanism, such analogies, so that people understand what we mean by all this. So that was our today's presentation, that in Patanjali Yoga meditation can be viewed something like, so basically the last two steps are important, the dhyan and samadhi. Dhyan is, if you will come back to again that ante-room of president's office, you are just one thought. That's what we are saying. Until I am in samadhi, I want to be in pure meditation, uniformity of that sound. So that is what we emphasize. And of course, we don't graduate from meditation to immersion, to from dhyan to samadhi. It's something else. Somebody opens the door. And indeed, at that last stage, even in White House, somebody can say, you have to go back. Today, patient is not able to meet you. So, we don't make a scene. We just go back and wait for another letter of invitation. So the last but one, this is something not in our hand. It may happen, may not happen. So, but we always welcome it. We hope it happens. So that was our today's presentation. And again, thank you very much for joining me this morning. And we'll be again together next week, Friday. Have a good time until